Hey, Mrparka here to review the new one from Paulin. If you guys are not familiar with Paulin, he runs Morbid Vision Films. You guys should be. He directed such kind of cult films as Bone Sickness, Fetus, and Blood Pigs, among others. And I was a big fan of Fetus. I liked Blood Pigs and Bone Sickness. I'm not a huge fan of that one. But this one is his new film, Cryptic Plasm. And I must say, this is a Vance limited or a pre-order thing. It's not a press disc, but it has good cover art and whatnot. Well, cover art. And no DVD menu or anything. But there's only 100 of these bad boys made. So if you want to see his new movie, check it out. It's on eBay. But I had to see it because he's one of my favorite filmmakers, indie filmmakers coming along. And his stuff always delivers on the gore. And I must say that it is just this giant splatter movie, as they always are. But Cryptic Plasm has a really genuinely creepy story similar to Fetus or Blood Pigs, and he is one of the only directors that can actually kind of freak me out. I always catch myself enthralled in his movies, but a little bit terrified as well. I think it's some of the sound effects he uses, and the idea that he's willing to tackle these subject matters that aren't usually put in horror films, kind of creepy stuff that just unnerves you, and you don't necessarily know 100% what is going on, but that is always the better, because when you deep down explain everything, it gets unscary when you know. Fear comes from sometimes not knowing exactly what is going to happen or what is happening.
Backyard. I don't see anybody out there. Alright, go check out the back door. What? What? Dave! What's the matter? What's the matter?
I want to go.
What?
Come on.
What? Why? What did you see?
Come on!
Dave!
Let's
what?
go!
What did you see?
Come on!
David! Dave! You alright? What happened?
I don't know.
Did you see something in the house? Seriously, man, you alright?
And this film follows a filmmaker who, not necessarily a filmmaker, but one of those guys who documents strange things, and he's got a television deal. We're in the process, but he's going around and trying to find these spooky things like Bigfoot and whatnot, and he gets his buddy cameraman, and the first couple episodes there's one to try to find some sort of water creature, and there's some footage from there, an exorcism, but the real one that is really freaky is a small town that completely disappeared, and you find out there was some sort of wormhole and all that. They say on the back, mirror dimension wormholes and biology displacement, and that's pretty much what happens here. After he goes into the small town, our lead character does not feel right after a couple strange occurrences to him. He sees like a different dimensional self, and everything pretty much starts falling apart at that point. And things fall through with the producer, and there's some turmoil between them. Not necessarily going to give away what exactly happens, even though I probably could not let words describe it. But by the last 15 minutes, it is probably one of the best gore set pieces of all time. It's splattery, tentacle driven. Paulin is like a tentacle king. Almost all his movies have these nasty, gross tentacles that fly out. Ridiculous amounts of buckets of blood. More blood than a Japanese horror movie, probably. But the special effects are really cool. Really nasty, disgusting monsters. Kind of like The Thing or Deadly Spawn. And genuinely scary stuff. I actually was freaked out and creeped out a couple times in the movie. Like I said, I love the ending. I love the special effects. I love the weird stuff, and I love the not being spoon-fed every little freaking thing, and actually that incites fear to me to not necessarily know all the creepy little ins and outs of the dimensions and everything like that, because no one truly does know, and I love the idea. I believe it's the Philadelphia experiment at the end, where that was rumored to happen, but I love that. That was that just brought a big smile to my face that someone actually did that in a movie. But this is a Cryptic Plasm. You won't really see anything or anybody doing what Paulin's doing right now, and on the back says no CGI was used in the film. Got to give it up for that. I think this is probably one of the best movies, especially best indie horror movie I've seen this year. One of them for sure, top 5. I enjoyed it. I loved it. And at first I was thinking, oh, this is pretty creepy, pretty fun. Maybe we're not going to get the big gore fest that we typically get, but we got both. We got some creepiness, some gore, some great monster effects, and I think the acting for the most part is always is constantly gotten better in all his movies. But highly recommended. Cryptic Plasm. I'll put an eBay link below. That's the only way to get it. He has some little cards in here for his other movies: Bone Sickness, At Dawn They Sleep, other things in there. Fetus, Blood Pigs. You guys know the movies, but thank you very much for watching. Maybe I'll show a couple clips here and there. You got to see some of this nasty stuff in here. This super gore, I guess I'll call it. Thank you very much. Have a good one.